as I don't even, how do I even start this? Life has been lifing. A lot of craziness is happening. If you have seen the news, lots has been happening, and it's just a crazy time all around, and we're just gonna hop right on into it. I have a ton. When I say a ton, I mean a ton of books that I want to talk about. So I'm gonna start off with a bang. This is Ready or Not by Cara Baston. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. But I read this book in January. And okay guys, overall rating, I would give her a solid 4 out of 5. If we're on the 10-point scale, a cool 8 out of 10, okay? Because she was almost the perfect 5 out of 5 read. I was so excited about this book because I am an avid follower of Paperback or A Paperback's Life on Instagram. She's amazing. I get like 90% of my book recs from her, at least romance related ones, because her taste and my taste were like this. She gets me. But this is where she lost me. She lost me a little. Not to say that the book was bad. The book was not bad. That's not what I'm saying. The book was great and I enjoyed myself. I heavily enjoyed myself. It was such a cute story, and then it had a very disappointing scenes. Okay, I am a connoisseur, if you will, and this book just was not it. It was cute. I was like, if this was a closed door romance, I honestly would have enjoyed it more if it was a closed door romance, because the spice just did not and I know, so this is actually kind of funny. I've been blessed by the publisher gods. Cara's publisher actually sent me a copy, an early advanced reader's copy of her new book coming out, Promise Me Sunshine, that people also loved. People loved this book, but this was her debut, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And this next book is now not her debut. So I'm expecting improvements, Miss Cara, Miss Baston. I'll be analyzing closely. I have the arc in my Kindle. I literally just need to read it at the time. Where is she? I've been incredibly busy, but I really enjoy this book. And if you can like ignore, or you know, people have different opinions, because I didn't, you know, fully love this book, but it still had amazing parts, and you might enjoy this book. So in apocalyptic times like this, a cutesy little romance hits the spot, if you will. So yeah, that's the first book that I read. I spent a lot of time talking about the book. Let's move on. Okay, so the next book, I'm sorry, but my reading taste when I'm just trying to escape is like 99% romance, but like it's just such good escapism. Anyways, it's The Fake Mate by Laura Ferguson. This was the first book of hers that I've read. I think she has other books. I don't know much about her as an author, if I'm being completely honest with you, but I really enjoyed my time with this book. Okay, so after I finished reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, I was feral. I needed a fix, and I saw this book when I was at Walmart one day randomly, and then I read the back cover and I was like, wait, is this gonna be like my Ali Hazelwood Bride fix until the next Ali Hazelwood book comes out, which is today. Yesterday. Deep End came out yesterday, so I'm gonna get my Ali Hazelwood fix this weekend. But back then I had just finished reading Bride and I was like itching, crawling up the walls, and I saw this book and it's really good. It's really good. I won't say, I'd give it an overall rating of like, if I'm rating, because I have a different rating scale for like a normal book and like romance books, because I feel like you can't judge a romance book by like the same standards you judge like an autobiography. Like they're just not the same standards. So for a romance, I definitely give this a solid 4.5 out of 10. For a normal book, probably like a 4-ish. And I enjoyed my time. Like, what else can you ask for from a book other than you had a good time reading it? So yeah, let's move on to another book. And then we have Rebel King by Kennedy Ryan. I love Kennedy Ryan down. Okay, if her publisher is seeing this video, I requested an arc for her latest book. Please let me in, because I literally own almost all of her whole back catalog physically because I just love all of her books. And so this is one of her series that I have not read, and I think I'm actually reading the series out of order because this is Rebel King, but I think the first book in the series is actually Kingmaker. So yeah, the only thing I don't appreciate is that this book is a part of the series, but like you wouldn't be able to tell from the spine or anything, or maybe it's like a standalone series type thing where you can read the books. I don't know, but I enjoyed this book. I started reading this book a while ago. It's been sitting on my nightstand for almost a year at this point, but I finally finished her up in January, and I really enjoyed my time with this book. It's very scandal coded. If you loved the show Scandal, you will probably like this book, and I feel like this book would do excellent as a TV show, and I think it's one of her more underrated books. I don't see too many people talking about it. Probably it is an older book of hers. I don't know when this came out. Let me see. Yeah, this book came out in 2019, and I feel like Kennedy Ryan just started having like a pretty big growth in popularity like within the past 2-3 years. So this book is a little bit unknown from her back catalog, but it is amazing. If you love a Kennedy Ryan's romance, I fear all her books are crack, okay? Like, she just has a way with words, and I thought that the ending was actually pretty cute. I mean, I didn't enjoy some part. You know, you don't have to love 100% of a book. You don't have to love 100% of a book. But if I enjoyed the experience, if I enjoyed the whole thing, that's all I can ask, okay? So now I'm gonna talk about a book that I am still currently reading. So I have like 100 pages left in this book. It is Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer. I carried this book around with me literally everywhere last summer, and you can see I have like one tag. I'm sorry, I'm not a book tagger. I try to do it and then I just don't. Because I don't know, like, I don't know, I'm not a book tagger. I do love to underline a few stuff, you know, here and there, but that's only if like a highlighter or something is accessible, like when I'm reading in bed, which is most of the time where I'm reading. Sometimes a highlighter is not within reach, and I'm not gonna get up to get a highlighter so I can highlight this one specific line. Like, for me, it's never that deep. Let's back it up. Okay, so Abby Jimenez has taken the romance world by storm. I have 1 or 2 of her books sitting on my shelf right now, and I really enjoyed some of Abby Jimenez's past few books. I won't say I love them, you know, 100%, but I did really like a lot of her books. Like, Part of Your World, I think, is my favorite Abby Jimenez book, and this one, we'll see. Verdict's still out on her. But I wanted to talk about this book because the first half of this book I struggled through. Okay, so first, just getting myself to pick up this book was I don't know why it was so hard, but it was a struggle within itself. Like, I took like, I don't even know how many months from when I bought the book to just even open the first page. And then from there, I probably spent like 3 months, maybe even more, just in the first like 150 pages. Just because every time I'd read a chapter, I'd just be like, I'm not invested in these characters. Like, I don't care what happens. And that, like, to read a book, like, you have to care about what happens. And people raved about this book, okay? Like, people loved this book. They said that this book broke them. This book changed who they are. And I was like, where, like, are we reading the same story? Because, can I speak? Can I say something? This book was, how do I say it without being mean? I don't want to be mean. I hate being mean, but like, I'm just gonna be honest, okay? I found that the writing in this book just a tiny bit until, I don't know what chapter it happened, but something just, and I was like, wait. That's why if I DNF, do not finish a book, like, it has to be extreme circumstances, because there's not so many times, let me not say it happens so many times, but sometimes it does happen where I'm reading a book and I'm like, you know, I don't care for it too much, and then you just keep reading, and then all of a sudden, yeah, it clicked for me. Okay, I we'll see how the end goes, because I don't know, the way the last chapter ended off, I'm like, don't piss me off, Abby. don't piss me off. But we'll see how she ends, and we'll see if I am vindicated or if I am gonna be a hater. Okay, we'll see. Jury's still out. I'll let y'all know. Okay, next book roundup. Okay, this is gonna be a monthly occurrence. Okay, and then I wanted to share with you guys, so I love Emily Henry. If you don't know that about me, now you know. I love Emily Henry so much. I have all of her books except for her YA novel. Little known fact, she wrote a YA novel. I want to read it, actually. Well, I'll snag a copy sometime soon. But I'm obsessed with, so this is the UK cover. I'm like doing it like that because the light is like weird when it's like not that. But this is the UK cover of Book Lovers, and it's so pretty, right? And then to make matters even better, it has sprayed edges. So I got this from an amazing small bookshop, women owned. It's called Bad Women Books, right? And they do like a bunch of cute printed edges for books. So they've taken a lot of my money. But it's so cute because I am a paperback lover. So I love a good paperback. I'm not obsessed with hardback because a lot of the times when authors are doing special editions of books, they do hardback, but I love a good sprayed edge. I feel like you can do so much cool stuff with a paperback and people just don't do it. And I love Book Lovers. I still need to do like a full reread of like all Emily Henry books so that I can like update my ranking, because I feel like every time I read a new Emily Henry, my ranking changes. Beach Read and Book Lovers, they fight for number one. So now that I have this copy, I'm gonna reread it and we're gonna see if Book Lovers Beach Read still compares, or if Book Lovers has in fact taken my top number one Emily Henry novel spot. Okay. Then I've been reading this book also for a while. This is The Rise and Decline of Patriarchal Systems. Yeah, I don't know why it looked weird in the viewfinder, but it's an intersectional political economy by Nancy Fulbray. I'm gonna assume that's how you pronounce her name. She was, I'm not sure if she's still alive, a pretty prominent feminist scholar, and I have some of her books in my shelf. But feminist literature is very hard to get through, and for me especially, after like a long day of like being at school and like reading a bunch of stuff, I just don't want to get home and also read stuff that is gonna require me to use my brain. Like when I'm reading like a romance, like I don't have to use my brain that much. I don't have to think, critically about what everything in the book or the page is telling me. Like I don't have to do that. But when you're reading, political literature, your mind has to be there so that you're actually absorbing what is being said and not just like reading it just till you say, oh yeah, I finished reading it, blah, blah, blah. But I will say that this is one of the more digestible political books that I've read, because sometimes you'll read a book and it just starts off right at the bang and you're already having to pull out Google or a dictionary like every other word just because you don't understand what it means, and it's like not easy for your average normal person to get into. Like it's a book that's made that you kind of feels like you should have read like 3 or 4 other books before you got to this one, but this book does not feel like that. Like look at this. I am obsessed with this book. It's an amazing book. It's just something that like I want to sit down and have time with and not just like read it in a rush. Like I really want to digest a lot of what is being said and work to apply it also in my life, not just read it to read it. So I've had this on my nightstand, but honestly when I got a romance book to reach for, I'm reaching for it first before this one. But this is a great book and I do think that everybody should read this book. I just haven't finished it yet. Hopefully by the next, no, I'm not even gonna say the next update. I'll probably finish this in summer if I'm gonna be so honest with you. Just because I'm a senior in college, guys, and there's so much happening right now. Reading is like so back burner. But anyways, I'm trying to like incorporate it every single night, at least a chapter of a book. Now we have 2 more books that I'm also pretty excited for. This is Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. Isn't this the prettiest cover you have ever seen in your life? Like, hello? It's so gorgeous. I am obsessed with a pretty cover, and y'all peep the hand, y'all peep the hand. I'm sorry, but I read I'm trying to remember what the book was called, but it's Julie Soto's first novel, I think, and I really enjoyed that book. I had a pretty good time reading it. I can't remember exactly. My memory is like shot. Like honestly, unless I like write a review for a book like immediately after, like a month later, like for me, the plots of books like just after a while. There's some books are really memorable, like some books I could tell you a lot about the plot, but other books it's just like could not tell you much. But I'm excited for this book. So I actually have 2 copies of it because I accidentally bought 2 because I am a little dumb and stupid. I'm kidding, I'm not dumb and stupid. I think what happened was like the pre-order for the book was ending, because again this is another cute sprayed edge book by Bad Women Books. So I bought a copy, and then I think I don't know what was going through my head, but I must have like the pre-order was ending, and then I thought I didn't buy a copy, so I bought another one. first world problems, like literally girl. But this book is so cute. It has like an ombre effect sprayed edge, so this is like baby blue. Isn't that cute? I thought that was really cute. And I am pretty excited for that one as well. But what I'm most excited for, guys, I am so excited for this book. You don't even know, when I was opening this package, I was probably the most annoying person to ever exist. But okay, first of all, can we get a commotion for the cover? Like, do you see that? Do you see the detail? You see the attention to detail? And this is a book that I ordered from Bookshop, so it's not even like indie, exclusive, whatever. This is the normal, standard paperback of the book. Tell me he's doing it like Allie. Tell me. Cause, I'm like, or maybe Bookshop is considered indie, so they sent the indie copies. But, hello? Hello? And word on the street from the ARC readers of this book, Allie was cooking here. And I know some people have, like, Allie Hazelwood is a very divisive author. Like, you either love her books or you hate them. Or there's some people who just don't care for her books. So maybe she's not that divisive. She's just like any other author. Some people love them, some people hate them, some people don't care for their books. I am one of the people who falls into the camp of Allie Hazelwood, send me your grocery list and I'll read it. Because the way that she writes is just so satisfying to me and very deeply personal. And she just gets me in a way that few authors do. And I have really enjoyed seeing Allie Hazelwood's progression as an author, because I started reading her when she was like just coming out with The Love Hypothesis, and now she's like a pretty big name in romance, and I am obsessed, and I'm very, very excited for this book. I'm going to devour it this weekend, tomorrow actually. So I will update you guys in the next video on how I feel about this, but I wanted to get this video up tomorrow, so I didn't want to wait until I finish the book to film. I just wanted to tell you that I'm very excited and I anticipate that it's going to be very, very good. So we'll see if it meets my expectations, because sometimes it's kind of bad, per se, to go into a book with really high expectations, because then you have really high expectations and then it falls flat, then it feels like the book wasn't good, but maybe it's just you had too high expectations. But I expect to be very satisfied. I don't know, Allie Hazelwood has never let me down. I don't see any reason that she would start with this book, especially since some Allie Hazelwood deniers, Allie Hazelwood non-truthers, have been seeing the light with this book, so I think that I'm gonna love it. I think that. And last two books, I've been talking for a long time, so as you can see, I found the thing I could talk about forever, is I just started, so I got these books. Again, this is the bookmark Bad Woman Books. Can you see that? Like putting my face in it. My friends got me books for my birthday because I asked them to, and I'm very excited to read all the books that they got me. So the first book is December Breeze by Mariana. So this is a book by a Colombian author, because I'm going on a very exciting trip later this year, so stay on the lookout for that. And in preparation for the trip, what I would love to do, you know, ideally before every trip, is to really know, and not know, because you can't know a culture, but just get a rough understanding of a culture. And a great way to immerse yourself in a culture is by reading books from people in that country. Why did that take me forever? I'm tired. So Mariana is a pretty prominent Colombian author, and she wrote a pretty decent amount of books, I'm pretty sure, but this is one of the books that was translated to English of hers, and I'm very excited for it because this is a women's literature book, and I don't read so much women's literature, but I'm very excited for this book. Apparently she also like worked for Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I just know about him because I took world literature class, so I know about him. So I'm excited to read this book and to learn a little bit more about Colombia and learn about, you know, a woman's story. I love a story centered around girls. So yeah, I'm very excited for this book, and I will be reading that a little slower over the next couple of weeks. And then the last book that we're going to talk about, Cher. So this book just recently came out. So this is Cher's memoir. It's in two parts. It's not thick, but it's pretty heavy. I don't know much about Cher, and I read like the first chapter, and it's really good. Like, I did not expect it to be like amazing, like, but the writing is actually like, the prose is really flowing, and I'm enjoying my time so far. And I don't know much about Cher or her family life or anything. Like, I know like some of her top hits and that's about it, but I think that she's very iconic and I wanted to learn more about her. So I'm reading this book and it's helping me cope with, this is how I'm feeling right now. I got this bookmark in Italy. I should have gotten like 4 of them because it's gorgeous and I am afraid I'm gonna lose her. But I could probably order it online. Maybe, potentially. It's so cute. Okay. So yeah, that's it. With everything going on in the world, you know, just like, don't be afraid to take a little bit of time for yourself. And yeah, it's gonna get better before, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. At least that's what I'm telling myself, because I can't really do much to change the political landscape of my whole entire country, but I can enrich myself with reading to distract myself from the fact that this country might be falling apart. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Oh gosh, I haven't filmed in a hot minute, so this feels weird. Making sure I'm in focus, because last time I filmed a video, I filmed it all completely out of focus, and it ruined my mood. Okay. I think we're in focus. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. What is that? Oh, that's a bag. Okay.